Hi everybody, I'd like to thank everyone who donated to my GoFundMe campaign. I just wanted to maybe give some clearer pictures so that some people that have asked some questions, I've had people ask if I could tape it or other things, and I don't think that the images actually showed the extent of the problem. First of all, I used 2 packets of the JB Weld. These were the 10-ounce packets. So each of these was equivalent to 5 of the regular packets you would buy at the store. So I used the equivalent of 10 packets that normally have the 1 ounce each bottle, so it's a total of 2 ounces. So I used the equivalent of 10 packets of JD Weld just this time to repair the tank. And that's only the repairs that are darker. So if you look at this, you'll see here that there's some lighter ones and then there's the darker. This is just the darker repair. All the other lighter gray repairs are actually from before. Now, this tank is approximately 16 feet tall. So you can see a ladder leaning up against it to get a scale of size. And on the day I was filming, I just brought the tripod out. And I only filmed from this side because of where the sun was. And this is actually the good side of the tank, even though I had a spot that was leaking badly. And one of the things that indicates that it is not really repairable is you'll see stuff like that new spot up there. That hasn't been worked on, and that means it's rusted all the way through there. And you'll just see there's lots of spots I haven't worked on. And actually, even if you come here, you can see that this spot here and this spot here are wet. It's leaking because the water level right now is approximately right here, which is just under a quarter of the tank, because it has 4 bands, so you can tell a quarter. So 500 gallons would be at this point. So this is a 500 gallons down in the bottom. And you can see that all along the bottom where it's darker, that it's leaking. And then you can see there's new spots all over it. These spots weren't here before. And all of these spots leak and would have to be repaired. And they're so numerous. Even with all the repairs I've done, all these spots are all new. And you can see a lot of the old areas that I worked on before, and then the new that I put on there. And see, those down there haven't been worked on at all. They're brand new. You can see some of the spots I did repair. Again, here's an old repair. And last time I went through 20 ounces of JB Weld also. And so again, you can see here's an old repair with a new repair on top of it. And then you can see all these little spots that haven't been touched at all before. Some of these were actually spewing water if you look at the video. See, like this spot is really bad and it's never been repaired before. And then we get to the bad side of the tank, which I didn't film as much, but that's where a lot of the leaks were. I didn't film on this side because of the way the sun was that day. But as you see, as I back up, this is actually the side that's really bad. And again, there's not a lot I can do. I saved some of the water that came out, and I did use some of this water, say, to flush toilets and stuff. But you can see here where it's leaking, and it's leaking. And again, remember, this is 16 feet tall. So up there, so again, well, maybe it's only 14 feet tall. I don't know. So like this is above my head. This is my arm as high as it'll go, more or less. So when I do anything up there, I have to stand on a ladder. And then as you come around, again, this was one of the better areas, but it's getting new spots too. And, you know, again, here and here and here and here. And each of these spots, like all those little spots up there that I'd fixed before, now there's new ones. Like, see all those little rust areas up there? Those are all emerging leaks. So the only way that I could tape or repair, and then this is like back where I started. This is where I filmed the video from, was from this angle right here. This is where you saw me working. So I just walked all the way around the tank, and you could kind of see how bad it is. And then there's just no repairing it, because believe me, if I could repair it, I certainly would have. And JB Weld works really well. It has a really high tensile strength. Thank you again, everybody who's donated. Where I'm planning on putting in the new tank, because it doesn't have to be right near the house, is I'm actually going to put the tank right over here. I'm going to move these things because I've got kind of these buildings here. I'm going to move all this stuff and I'm going to put the tank right here, because this tank is much wider and much shorter. So it's only going to be about 7-8 feet tall, maybe 9 feet tall, but it's going to be much broader. And one of the reasons I picked over here is because we're higher by a foot or so than the house. So if I don't have a pump, I'll still be able to gravity feed into the house. Again, thank you everybody. Here's just a shot of where I live. Thank you for donating. I really, really appreciate it.